What's up, guys? Bill here with DFS Fantasy Factory. I'm going to be going over the day 7 results for the lineup optimizer 25-day challenge I'm doing. If you're new to this video, what I'm doing is taking these 5 lineup optimizers for 25 days and keeping track of their DraftKings points to see who has the most points at the end of the 25 days, which will help us indicate which one has better projections and better optimizer. What we're doing, if you're interested in what I'm doing here, just make sure you hit the subscribe button down below with the little bell icon. That way you get future notifications when I put out new videos. Also, if you like the content in this video, make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate that. But here's the rankings before the video. Fantasy Labs has actually won 4 days straight in a row. So we'll see in the results here if they can get a 5th day in a row. 5th place, we got RotoQL. Here's their optimal lineup. They projected 290. They got 249. Pretty far off. Not very good. 4th place, we got DFS Army. Optimal lineup here. They projected 300 points. Their DraftKings points is 257. Not very good as well. Here we got Draft Dashboard for 3rd place. Optimal lineup. Here is their optimal lineup. Projected at something as soon as that thing goes away. 262 points. And they scored 265, so they were pretty close on with their projections. However, they got 3rd place in the competition I'm doing. Them last 3 teams have been just trading spots, the last 3 spots, pretty much the whole time I've been doing this, with Daily Fantasy Nerds and Fantasy Labs up on top trading spots. So them 2 have been the strongest so far. We'll go ahead and jump into 2nd here, which will show you that Fantasy Labs did not win a 5th straight. They placed 2nd place today, which is still good. Total fantasy points 269. Projected score 283. Not too far off their projection, but good enough for 2nd place in this competition. So that leaves 1st place Daily Fantasy Nerds. Here's their optimal lineup. They projected 284. Yeah, 284. Total fantasy points scored 279, so they were only 5 points off their projection. Did really well, 279 points, enough for 1st place. Them and Fantasy Labs have been doing really well. Of course, we got to remember that Fantasy Labs is the most expensive, so we'll see if they pull away. They're $60 a month, and Daily Fantasy Nerds is actually only $25 a month, and you can actually try them out free. I put a link down in the description where you can try them out if you want to. But Fantasy Labs and Fantasy Nerds really are the only 2 that I would recommend in this list at this point, going off these DraftKings results, because these guys are falling pretty far behind. If you check out the rankings, here's the before the video, here is the after the video. To get after the video, all I'm doing is adding the before and today's video results, and that gives us the after video. The only thing that changed on the before and after is DFS Army moved up 1 spot. And Draft Dashboard moved down 1 spot to last place. DFS Army moved down 1 spot to last place. Draft Dashboard moved up. Fantasy Labs, Daily Fantasy Nerds up here in 1st place. The only 2 lineup optimizers with over 1,900 points. Fantasy Labs is almost 130 points more than RotoQL in 3rd place, and almost 150 something points, 53 points over DFS Army. So Fantasy Labs basically been killing it. I can't really say that the difference between Fantasy Labs and Fantasy Nerds so far, I don't really think justifies the paying over half the price of Daily Fantasy Nerds. So I'm thinking that I might use Fantasy Nerds. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how this plays out. Maybe one of these other guys will surprise us, come back and pass both them other optimizers. Or who knows, Fantasy Labs might pull away even further, and might think about trying them out, but $60 is pretty steep for a lineup optimizer in my opinion. Here's the pricing for them. All 5 optimizers. DFS Army is $39 a month, which is very expensive for last place optimizer. Draft Dashboard $39, RotoQL $29, Fantasy Nerds $24.99, and Fantasy Labs $59. Like I tell you every video, I have links to all those places in my description with links for free trials and promo codes. So if you want to check that out, just go down to the description in my video. But I think that's all I got for you. Like I said, Fantasy Labs was in a 4-day winning streak, and that came to an end. Daily Fantasy Nerds finally took them down. Daily Fantasy Nerds, they've been 2nd place pretty much first place and second place pretty much that whole tournament, so they're not doing bad at all. But still a lot of days left here, so we'll see what it looks like at day 25. But I think that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoy the content. If you got any ideas for me for future videos, I'm going to stay pretty consistent with what I've got going on here till the end of the 25 days. But I'm trying to come up with some new ideas for after this 25-day review. I think there's a lot more that we could do to track these optimizers, track it. Not even just the optimizers, track the product altogether. So I'm trying to come up with some ideas. If you have any ideas, feel free to put it in the comment section. Good luck to everyone with DFS tonight.